That motorcycle haunting your dreams. It's on your mind every single moment of the day. That machine that describes you perfectly. That beast whose name you scream in your sleep. Sound familiar? You watch reviews on YouTube every night. It's even the wallpaper on your computer. You browse the classifieds online, just checking to see if the price dropped. You tell yourself, I am saving money. You tell your friends, I have goals. You think you're doing great. But sorry, my friend, with your current mindset, you won't even be able to afford a single tire for that bike. I can hear you getting angry at me. I didn't come here to ruin your day. I came here to wake you up. The problem isn't what's happening in the world. The problem isn't inflation. The problem isn't the government. The problem isn't even the currency losing value. Yes, those things are terrible. I admit it. The game is rigged. The cards are dealt. It feels like every corner is blocked. But the deciding factor isn't the economy. It is your behavior. Let's be honest. What do we think when buying a bike? It should be comfortable. It should be fast. It should have traction control, launch control, heated grips, and somehow it should be cheap. Do you think that math formula checks out? Having a motorcycle dream is actually a priority test. And looking at the statistics, most of us are failing this test. Why? It's simple. Because there's no plan, no patience, and as always, plenty of excuses. We want the reward without the ride. You know, life doesn't work that way. Come on, let's break this chain of thought. Let's examine the physics of wealth. Number 1, turn the dream into a target. Saying, I want to buy a motorcycle is not a goal. It's just a wish. It's throwing a coin in a fountain and hoping for magic. It is weakness. It is waiting for a magic wand to touch you. A goal is a compass. Brand is set, model is set, year is set, price is set. Everything must be crystal clear. Let me explain the neuroscience here. Your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system. This system filters out noise. If you just say motorcycle, your brain perceives it as noise, like a ship with no route. But if you say 2024 Yamaha Tenere 700, blue, $5,000, your brain sharpens. It starts to focus. It locks on to opportunities. It notices that extra shift at work. It notices the money you are wasting. It starts to discipline itself. Without clarity, the brain doesn't work. The brain hates uncertainty. Your brain won't burn energy for a vague target. Objectify your dream. Put a photo of the bike you want on your desk. Write the price in huge red letters. Every time you look at it, it should give you pain. It should disturb you, because that pain is the fuel that will make you move. Isn't that clear? Number 2, manage the flow, not the money. Most people say, my salary isn't enough. I don't earn enough to ride a BMW. Wrong sentence. That is the sentence of a man making excuses. The correct sentence is, I don't know where my money is flowing. Think of your finances like a fuel tank. You keep pouring fuel in, but the engine never runs. Why? Because the tank is full of rusty holes. If you can't answer this question, you've already lost. Where exactly did my money go in the last 90 days? Not roughly, exactly, to the cent, like an accountant. You have to write it down. App, notebook, Excel, doesn't matter. When you see the numbers, you will be shocked. You will realize you aren't broke. You'll just realize you are leaking. You can't manage what you don't know. You can't save what you don't manage. Stop pouring fuel into a leaking tank. Fix the leak first. Number 3, micro sacrifices. People want to make grand sacrifices. I will sell my car. I will never eat out again. That's romantic, but it is unsustainable. Life isn't a Hollywood movie montage. You'll quit in week 2 because the brain doesn't work that way.
Instead of grand sacrifices, make small sacrifices. Break the problem into pieces and manage it. That is the secret. The right way is small, consistent cuts, like throttle control, smooth. That coffee you buy every day, those subscriptions you never use, things you toss in the cart because it's cheap. Let's do the math, because numbers don't lie. Look at your daily spending, weekly spending, and monthly spending. Which ones are truly needs? Be honest. These are the things pushing you away from that bike. That small amount you put aside every month. In 12 months, it buys you the best helmet, the safest jacket, or a set of brand new tires. The real gain isn't even the money. It is the sense of control. Every time you say no to that unnecessary expense, you are saying yes to your motorcycle. This builds character. You become stronger against life. Number 4. Separate account, separate psychology. Do not keep your motorcycle fund in your main account. Mixing dream money with grocery money is suicide. What happens if it stays there? It gets spent. It goes to debt. It goes to an emergency that isn't really an emergency. You start lying to yourself. I'll put it back later. Spoiler alert, you won't. That account must be untouchable. Name it the Freedom Fund. Remove it from your banking app's main screen. Make it hard to access. Forget that money exists. This is not a financial rule. It is a psychological one. The human mind spends what it sees. It forgets what it doesn't see. Here, forgetting is your biggest weapon. Let that money grow in the dark, like a seed, until it is ready. Number 5. Time is leverage. A motorcycle is usually a 12 to 36-month affair. The problem is, we live in an age of instant gratification. We want the dopamine now. Think about how you use social media. It's either now or never. Your attention span isn't like it was 10 years ago. You need to train your attention. However, time is the biggest leverage. Compound interest, compound savings. It needs time. Patience isn't just a virtue, it is a strategy. And we riders, we love strategy. Think of this saving process like a long road trip. You can't teleport to the destination immediately. Enjoy the ride. Going towards the goal is like being on the road. Enjoy the journey. Even if the ride is just watching the numbers grow, you will enjoy it. Trust me.
Number 6. Buy with balance, not debt. Yes, this one hurts, and I know many of you will object, but there are installment plans. I can handle the monthly payment. Listen to me carefully. A bike bought with drowning debt kills the feeling of freedom. It changes the physics of the ride. You cannot become one with your bike. You can't be comfortable on it. You are terrified of scratching the bank's bike. You won't feel like the machine truly belongs to you, because it doesn't. Every installment is a chain. Every interest rate is noise inside your helmet. It steals your focus. Your riding pleasure fades away. You didn't buy a motorcycle. You bought stress. You bought a liability. Does that make sense to you? If you must finance, keep it minimal. Have an exit plan. Your loan should never exceed the value of the bike, because when you lay the bike down, and you will lay it down, you don't want to owe money to the bank for a pile of scrap metal. Number 7. Identity shift. And the most critical point, the grand finale. The person who buys that bike is not just someone who saves money, but someone who changes their behavior, someone who changes their identity. You are shifting from being a consumer to being a rider. A consumer buys trash to be happy for 5 minutes. A rider sacrifices comfort for the long haul. There's a difference. A rider is someone who knows what they want. Their route is set. Consuming less, thinking more, choosing consciously, and importantly, spending more consciously. If your identity doesn't change, money will leave as fast as it comes. You might win the lottery and buy that bike, but you will crash it or lose it because you didn't earn the discipline to keep it. Discipline is everything.
Remember your motorcycle drills. Remember the training you took. You know the value of discipline. That's why the motorcycle is just the result. It is the trophy at the end of the race. What you really gain is that iron discipline, that stoicism. This is what will serve you in every corner of your life. Now, let's be honest. These aren't magic tricks. I didn't tell you to get rich quick. These are hard, annoying decisions. You have to put in the effort. You have to get tired. There is no perfect timing or place. The economy might be bad, times might be tough, the world might be chaotic. But here's the fact. In the same country, under the same conditions, some people buy that bike and ride. Others just talk. Others just scroll aimlessly. Do you know the difference? Not excuses, a plan. Dreaming is cheap. Planning is uncomfortable. But the motorcycle dream doesn't come to comfortable people. It comes to disciplined people. The decision is yours. Those who pay the price, ride. Those who make excuses, watch. Don't be a watcher. Be a rider. See you in the next one.